So all of you are able to hear me now, and all of you are able to see my screen, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, if you have anything, please ping me or
Yeah, yes, sir.
yeah, okay, good. Okay, see, unified functional testing tool. It is a latest version of QTP. QTP means quick test professional. So that was the name of UFT, previous version of UFT, quick test professional. Okay, the latest version of QFT is renamed as unified functional testing tool. So here they have added some new features in UFT if you compare with QTP. So by using QTP, we can automate any functional testing, any application we can automate, any technology. Most of the technologies can be automated by using QTP. By using QTP, what we can automate? The functional testing. That means the repeated functional testing, functional test cases, repeated functional testing. That means smoke testing or and regression testing. These are the two areas where we use automation uh, mostly, right? So we can automate any technology, any application by using QTP. Okay, it is a functional testing tool. QTP is a functional testing tool. So one second, let me uh, write a document parallelly so that it will be useful. Whatever the points we are discussing, let me make a document that introduction class. Okay, automation. Today we are going to discuss mainly automation introduction and UFT introduction. Automation and UFT introduction. So first let me discuss UFT introduction before moving to automation, test automation in detail. Just I will describe in detail about test automation, and then we'll start with the tool, UFT tool. UFT, I will give first introduction about UFT. See, UFT means it is a unified functional testing. Okay, it is the latest version of QTP. What is QTP? Quick test professional. Okay, quick test professional. What is a QTP? What is the use of UFT or QTP? What is the main use of QTP or UFT? It is we can automate functional testing. Functional testing. Okay, it supports most of the technologies in the market. Okay, so that means we can automate most of the applications in the market by using UFT or QTP. What we are automating in the application? The functional testing. The functional testing can be automated by using either UFT or QTP. So it is functional testing tool. It is a functional testing tool. Are you clear? UFT is a functional testing tool. See, in the market there are two tools having very good demand. So there are two tools, two automation tools, okay, have very good demand in the market. What are those? One is UFT, another one is Selenium. So the Selenium also has very good demand in the market, but if you compare with UFT, Selenium has a limited scope. It has a limited scope if you compare with UFT. Why I'm calling it as a limited scope? Using Selenium, we can automate only web-based applications. We cannot automate non-web applications by using Selenium. So it has very limited scope. If you compare with UFT, using UFT, we can automate any application, not only web applications. We can automate any application, any technology can be automated, not only web technology applications. But still, both the tools have very good demand in the market at present. But if you compare UFT and Selenium, UFT has most preferred than Selenium because UFT supports multiple technologies. Selenium supports only web technology, so it has very limited scope. So UFT is have a little preference than Selenium applications. Okay, fine. Now, before starting discussion about detailed discussion about UFT tool, first let us try to understand. Let us try to discuss our basic concepts of automation testing, because it is a mandatory knowledge that we should have. Right, automation basic concepts, automation basic knowledge is very important before learning UFT tool or Selenium tool, any automation tool. First you should have good understanding of automation testing process or automation testing life cycle process. So let us first discuss in detail about automation testing process, and then we will get into UFT in detail. And also I will give you list out the contents of UFT, what we are going to discuss, what we are going to learn in the UFT tool. Okay, first let me start with today automation testing process. Automation testing process, or I can call it as a life cycle. Automation testing life cycle. Automation testing life cycle. Guys, if you have any doubt, okay, if you don't understand anything that I'm keep talking, right? So if you have any doubt or any confusion or any question, if you have, please ask me immediately, or just you ping me that I can answer you. Okay, or if you can directly talk to me and just ask me what is your doubt. Okay, if you have any doubt, so we can discuss one more time. If you have any doubt, or if you don't understand any particular okay discussion what we are doing here. Okay, now see, let us say that automation testing, how automation testing will be started in the testing project. Any idea? So what is the first step we do in automation testing? How do you start automation in the testing project? What is the first step we do? Any guess? Any
Yeah, we
input?
need to yeah we need to find what all the repeated things.
That means you're
What are the
telling that
repeated?
identifying the scope, is it?
Yes, yes,
Identifying the automation candidate, is it?
yeah,
Identifying, okay, automation candidates. Okay, next what we do? Identifying automation candidates. Anything else? Is it the first step that we will do, or anything else? Any other ideas? Any other thoughts, Chari? Or what is the first step that we do? In how do you start automation in the testing projects? Who will take that initiative? Who will do that? Who will start automation in a testing project? See, anybody, either
yeah.
a test lead or a test manager, can take this initiative. How they start a automation project, right? First, they will identify what is it, automation candidates. See, it is not the same process, maybe repeated in every project. Suppose in one project, uh, clients may have already some automation tools. That means clients are very okay, they have very good knowledge about automation testing. so they might have already acquired some automation tool. So clients will ask you to automate these particular areas or this particular testing in this application. So here client is not at all asking you what to do. So they are directly asking you what should be done, what should be automated, how it should be automated, what tool should be used. So everything, sometimes clients will give you the instructions, correct? So in some projects clients may not be aware of anything about automation testing. So they are really a blank about automation testing. They may not be having any knowledge about automation testing. So just simply write, you are the client, you are the what is that vendor to that client, you are doing testing for that client. So as a value add to the customer, so test manager or test lead may take initiative that they will identify some area, that means some testing candidates that can be automated, what can be automated, and what tool can be used to automate this project. Okay, if you automate this project, what benefit we can get, our client, to the client we can show what benefit you can give to the benefit to the can be given to the client by using automation. See, all these things should be figured out by test manager. So there are two things. See, in some projects clients maybe already have some automation tool, so they might be having very good knowledge in automation testing. So in that scenario, you are nothing to suggest, or you are nothing to take any initiative. Client will directly ask you. Your job is just simply do that automation and deliver to the client. So in some projects, client may not be aware of anything about automation testing. Just simply they are asking you to do testing. So at the time of doing your manual testing, so it is our responsibility. That means the test managers or test lead responsibility to identify some reusable or repeated test cases that can be automated. So by automating those cases, what is the benefit we can save? That means how much dollars we can save to the client. So they have to do some, what is that, analysis, feasibility they have to do before starting automation project. They have to do some feasibility on, by identifying first some automation candidates, what test cases can be automated, and then tool evaluation, tool evaluation, tool evaluation. See, this tool evaluation, when it will be coming, if that client is not aware of anything about automation testing, there is no tool available with the client already, then as a test engineer, no Shiva, so it won't come in the test plan. See, first of all, see, automation testing may not be as part of the test plan. See, again, there are two things. When you talk about the test plan, okay, before starting automation test plan in some projects, automation testing can be separate from manual testing. So in some projects, manual testing and automation testing both together will be considered as a single unit. So in such case, what will happen? In the manual testing plan, test plan itself, that means in the functional testing test plan itself, automation test plan also will be included. In some projects, automation testing will be separate, manual testing can be separate. So in that scenario, manual testing may have separate manual test functional test plan, and automation testing, they will be preparing a separate test automation plan, and the test automation strategy will be separately defined. So that depends upon the project, how that project is maintained, managed. Understand? So first, before starting the planning, see, let us assume that, see, client is not aware of that. See, what should be automated in this project? Is it right? Because testing team is the guys who will be having good understanding of that particular application functionality. So they can be in a position to suggest or to identify the cases which can be automated. Understand? So you identified the automation candidates, for example. So these are the areas smoke testing or regression testing can be automated in this project. But we are not sure that whether that regression testing or smoke testing can be automated or not. It's not like that every application can be automated, is it right? There can be a lot of challenges in automating. Some applications may not be automated, cannot be automated due to some technical issues or due to some other dependencies. There may be a lot of right dependencies to automate any application. So all those things, when you come to know that, when you can confirm or when you can conclude that whether this project can be automated or not, if you automate, what are the benefits, and if you don't automate, what are the what is that disadvantages? If you automate, what advantages we can get? Okay, in automating, what challenges we will be facing? Can we overcome all the challenges? So by automating this project, is it benefit to the client or not? All those things, right? We have to do some analysis, detailed analysis before starting automation testing. See, automation testing may not be successful every time. Some automation projects, right, may be getting into loss. If you don't do proper analysis before starting the automation testing, sometimes that automation testing may get into or may result into loss to the client. It won't give any benefit to the client sometimes, some automation projects, because of the prior analysis is not done. The required prior detailed analysis is not done properly. In that case, some automation projects may get failures, may not be get success. Understand? So that's why it's very important before starting any automation project, we have to do some detailed analysis about whether this first thing, whether this project is feasible, technically feasible or not. That means whether this project can be automatable or not, how much percentage can be automated in this project. Okay, and which tool is good, is best to automate this application. Understand what are the plus or minuses, pros and cons by using that automation tool. Okay, and can we get what is that resources, experienced resources in that automation tool. So there are so many factors, right, should be considered to select the automation tool itself. It's not like that in every project we'll be using UFT. See, if the clients are very big client, then definitely they can bear UFT tool cost, because UFT is high cost in the market among all other tools. UFT is very high cost. Okay, but still it has very good demand because it has so many features. It has so many user friendly features. So that's why most of the clients still preferred UFT or QTP because of that user friendliness, because of ease of use. Okay, still it has its benefits, but still some clients may cannot bear that tool cost. So in that scenario, that client may prefer some other tool with low cost license, with low license cost. So that depends upon the so many factors. So if the client doesn't have any automation tool with them, so it is a test lead or test manager, mostly automation lead responsibility to evaluate the tool, which tool is best for this project and to our client. So how they will identify the tool? So they will identify by the tool by comparing multiple tools available in the market. They will prepare one report by comparing all the tools which are available at present in the market. How many automation tools are available? So they will prepare one report by comparison. They will create comparison report. So what they will compare among the tools? They will compare so many aspects, features of the tools. Some important aspects, what will be used to compare multiple automation tools for in the process of tool selection. See, let me give some list of that. See, first thing is tool cost, license cost. License cost. It is a first factor, first parameter, which will impact what is the cost of that tool license. And the second one, what is a programming language? See, every automation tool will be using some programming language. What is a programming language that tool is using? We can use in the tool. Some automation tools will support only one programming language. Some automation tools supports multiple programming languages. So you can use whatever you are comfortable. Okay, and next one, features, objects identification features. Objects identification features. Whether that automation tool can identify all the controls in our application or not. See, nowadays applications development becomes more complex. That means developers are using so many technologies in the application development, not one or two technologies. They are using multiple technologies in the application development. So in that scenario, what happens? See, in that application, they might be using multiple controls which are developed on multiple technologies. Sometimes they will be using some custom controls. So that's why nowadays identification of all the controls in the application is a challenge, is a big challenge nowadays at present in the applications. So it is very important to have to check that whether the tool can identify all the controls in that application or not. That is called object identification feature. How that application, what mechanism that tool is using to identify objects in the application. Objects means controls. What mechanism it is using. That mechanism, is it more reliable to our application? So that should be checked. And what are all the verification? What type of verifications the tool supports? What type of verifications we can automate by using the tool? See, some tools in our application, it may be required. For example, in your project, you may have to do a validation of XML files, or you may have to do some validations of PDF reports, or you may have to do some validations of table content, dynamic table content in the in the application. So like that, different types of verifications may be required in your project. So depends upon your project needs, what type of verifications are required to be automated. Whether all these verifications can be automated or not by using this tool, we have to check. And apart from that, reporting features, what kind of reports that tool can generate after finishing the execution, what kind of reports that tool will generate it, whether that tool can generate any HTML reports or any XML report, what kind of report that tool will generate, the reporting feature. And one more thing, error handling feature. Error handling feature, what kind of error handling mechanism is available in that tool. Okay, and apart from that, technical support. Technical support. Technical support means the tool vendor, the tool owner, okay, whether they can provide good technical support or not, whether they have good technical supporting team, dedicated technical support team is available or not. Suppose I am using UFT, if I get any issue, I can we can approach a technical support team in HP. They have some dedicated technical supporting team, so they'll be ready to help you at any point of time immediately. But if you are using Selenium tool, for example, Selenium is a open source tool, so there is no dedicated team available to help you if you face any issue. Understand? So on your own, if you face any issue while using Selenium in automating your project, if you face any technical issue on your own, you have to do some R&D and D and you have to find the solution. There is no dedicated team available for Selenium to help you. So that is a very important point, technical support. Okay. And next thing, that vendors geographical presence. That means suppose, see, generally our clients will be in US or in UK or in Switzerland, somewhere clients will be, right? So who will be buying this tool, automation tool? Client will be buying the tool, not the company, correct? Not our companies. Clients will buy this tool and they will provide that tool to the team. So automation team will start automating the project by using that automation tool. See, clients will be in US, correct? But where you are working, where we are working from India, correct? But client present in US, for example. Suppose for the same project we have multiple teams, which are we have multiple teams across different locations, for example. We have one team in Chennai, we have another team in Bangalore, we have another team in US, suppose on-site team. Understand? So like that, in any project, in one project, you may have multiple teams which are spread across different geographical locations. Is it right? See, now client is buying that tool in US. Suppose client bought that tool, UFT tool in US. Suppose if that client that HP says that you are buying the tool in US, so I can provide a support only in US. I don't provide any technical support to you in India. If they say like that, will it work for you, for us? No, it won't work for us because we have the teams in Chennai and Bangalore which are using that HP tool, a QTP UFT tool, correct? So any team can face any technical problem. Even Chennai team can face the problem, Bangalore team can face the problem, or US team can face the problem. So whoever faces the problem, so they should be provided support immediately by the technical team. That means that vendor, that HP UFT tool vendor should immediately provide the technical support to all the teams which are presently located on multiple different geographical locations. So that is very important. Okay, and another important thing, can we get resources availability? Resources availability. That means if I use UFT tool to automate this project, can we get experienced resources, skilled resources in UFT in the market? Skilled, experienced resources are available in the market or not? Suppose if I select some new automation tool, which is new, very new to the market, if I use that tool to automate my project, so we cannot get any skilled resources or experienced resources in that particular new tool. It's very difficult to get. Is it right? So definitely in that scenario, that automation project will take very long time. If it takes very long time, it will cost more. Automation project cost will be increased. Understand? So that's what is very, it is very important, the resources, skilled resources availability. Skilled resources availability. Are you clear? So like this, there are so many parameters. These are some important parameters that will be compared among the automation tools which are available in the market. And then automation lead will prepare one comparison report, a tool evaluation report. So in that report, by using this comparison chart, they will give some rating for every point: license cost, programming language, and another important thing, I'm still, there are so many parameters. So ease of use, it is also very important. Ease of use, that means how easy that automation tool for learning and using in the project for new users, how easily and how quickly we can learn and use that tool. That is the ease of use. That is also important, right, parameter that we have to consider while selecting the automation tool. So after preparation of this comparison report, then we can come to the conclusion which tool, which automation tool is best to our project. Okay, I missed one more important point. So there are so many things. Technical feasibility. Okay, technical feasible. That means the technologies which are used in that application development should be supported by that automation tool. That automation tool should support the technologies which are used in the application development. Understand? Suppose if the tool is not supporting those technologies used in application development, then that tool cannot be used to automate that project. Understand? So it is very important, technical feasible. That means the tool should support the technologies used in the application development. Okay, it is also one important parameter that we have to check in the tool evaluation process. So any doubts in this point in the tool evaluation process? The tool evaluation will be done by generally automation lead or test lead or test manager also can do that. What they will do, they will compare multiple automation tools available in the market by using so many parameters. These are the some important parameters used in the tool evaluation process. So after preparation of comparison report, then they will come to the conclusion which tool is best to automate our project. Once tool is selected, see, this step is not mandatory in every project. So in some projects, client may have already some automation tool. So in that case, this step is not required because client is already having automation tool. So we should use that. That's it. Understand? Suppose if the client doesn't have any automation tool, then client may ask you to suggest some automation tool which is best to automate our project. So in that case, we have to do this tool evaluation step process. And once tool has been selected for automation, the next step is feasibility analysis, or we call it as a POC, proof of concept. Proof of concept. Are you clear? The next step, once tool has been selected, first we identified some candidates for automation. That means in this project, what can be automated? Just simply we have identified at a high level, these are the areas can be automated in this project. We identified that. And next step, if the tool is not already available, if tool is not already available, okay, available, then we have to evaluate the tool. How they will do the tool evaluation? They will compare multiple automation tools available in the market. Then they will come to the conclusion which tool is best suited for our project automation. After that, third step, feasibility analysis. Who will do this feasibility analysis? Again, automation lead or some senior automation test engineers, experienced test engineers, automation engineers will be involving in this phase to do POC. POC means proof of concept or feasibility analysis. So in this process, in this step, what they will do in the POC, they will be selecting some test cases. They will be selecting some test cases. Hey, where is it? What happened? Yeah. Okay. So here, what they will be doing here, first step, they will select some test cases, some 5 to 10 test cases, not more than that. They will select some 5 to 10 test cases. 5 to 10 test cases will be selected. So then we will be automating these 10 test cases by using that automation tool. Okay, they will start automating these 10 test cases by using the tool which we identified, which we selected here in the second phase. In the third step, we are automating some 10 test cases. So these 10 test cases can be selected in such a way that these 10 test cases covers most of the screens in the application. So like that, we have to select some complex and more complicated test cases which covers most of the screens in the application. So in such a way, we should select some 10 test cases, and those 10 test cases will be automated by using that automation tool. Are you clear? So here, test cases will be automated here. So while automating these 10 test cases, we will be facing maybe many issues, many challenges. Okay, everything will be documented. What challenges we have faced and how we overcome those challenges. It can be technical challenges or any kind of challenge, any issue what that we faced during the automation of these 10 test cases. Everything will be documented and how we overcome those challenges. Suppose if there is any issues or challenges that could not be resolved, still that issue or challenge is still open. It is not yet closed. So everything will be documented. At the end of completion of this 10 test cases automation, they will prepare a document called feasibility analysis document or POC document will be created. So in this document, they define what test cases we selected. They will document all the things, test cases selected, and what are the tools used, and what approach we have used to automate that. Okay, and then what challenges are issues faced, and what are the solutions we found, solutions for those issues or challenges, what solutions we have found. And still, is there any open issues, open challenges, unresolved issues? So based on that unresolved issues, then we can identify findings means what is the effort it is taking to automate, what is the development effort, okay, execution effort, and what is the effort saving effort saving, and open issues. Is there any, sorry, here we can identify scope of automation. We can identify the actual scope of automation from the outcome of this feasibility analysis. For example, if there are some open issues, so because of these open issues, some test cases cannot be automated. Some set of test cases cannot be automated. For example, you have some 1,000 regression cases. That is a suite you are planning to automate. So to automate these 1,000 regression test cases, we have done some feasibility analysis. So during this feasibility analysis, we found some issues. 5 issues are not resolved. So because of these 5 issues, these many, suppose some 100 test cases are blocked, cannot be automated because of these issues. That means out of 1,000 test cases, 100 test cases cannot be automated because of these issues. What we found in the feasibility analysis. Understand? So the final scope of automation should be only 900 test cases out of 1,000. Only 90% of the regression suite can be automated, not 100%. That we can come to the conclusion only at the end of the feasibility analysis. That means we will come to know that how much percentage of regression testing can be automated. Is there any test cases that cannot be automated because of dependencies or because of issues? Okay, are you clear? Or dependencies. So like that. So they will find out. And then finally we have to give our conclusion. That means what is our recommendation from this feasibility analysis? What is our final conclusion? Whether are you recommending to start to go with automation or not? What is our recommendation will be defined in this conclusion section. So this is the feasibility report, right? POC report will be created with all these sections. Understand? You have any questions in this step? Feasibility analysis or POC. It is very important before starting any automation project that we should have to do some detailed analysis before starting the automation project to understand whether that project can be automatable or not. Is there any challenges in automating that? To understand that how much effort it will take to automate that project, how much is effort we can save by automating this project, and to identify the actual scope of the automation. Okay, so all these things can be found only by doing detailed feasibility analysis. Without doing feasibility analysis, we don't know what is the challenges and what is the development effort it will take, what is the execution effort it may take, how much effort we can save by automating that project. So without knowing all these things, if you start automation directly, definitely that automation project may be failed or may be success. We are not sure. But if you do some detailed analysis and then if you come to the conclusion, that means we can find out what is the use of whether that project can be automatable or not. Then we can recommend this automation project or we don't recommend it. Suppose if you see there are so many challenges and if you don't see any benefits, if you don't see any effort saving by automating this project, then what is the use of doing that automation? There is no use of automating any project without any benefit, without getting any benefit. Understand? So then we should not recommend that project in that scenario. Are you clear? That is a feasibility analysis or proof of concept. It is a very important step. Any doubts? Any questions here? So all of you are following me?
Yeah, yes, please.
Okay.
I have one question, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, this feasibility analysis will be done by the automation team itself, right?
Yeah. Automation lead or senior automation
Lead,
test
okay.
engineers.
Okay, okay. I know that, for example, you said 5 to 10 cases they will automate and they will check.
Mm.
Even that will be done by the leads only.
Even that can be done by the.
Lead only or automation leads?
Yeah, that's what. Only experienced automation test engineers. It can be automation
Okay,
lead
okay.
or it can be some senior automation test engineer.
Okay, okay.
Mostly automation lead will involve in this. Okay, either automation
Okay.
test lead or senior automation test engineers, automation testers.
Okay. Yeah, in general, experienced.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, fine. Once we
Okay.
complete
Thanks.
this step, feasibility analysis is completed and POC document report is created. Okay, POC report is created. Then what we do? That means once, right, we are happy. That means we are satisfied with this. What is that? A PO feasibility analysis. That means we come to the conclusion that this project can be automated. By automating this project, this much effort we can save. We can show to the customer savings. This much savings we can show to the customer. So that first we should be confident by from this feasibility analysis. After that, then we will prepare here. So it comes under actually feasibility analysis, not in the separate one. It comes here itself. Yeah. See, after preparation of this, one second, feasibility POC document. Once we are satisfied with this feasibility analysis, and if there are good savings, good effort savings from this automation, then we have to prepare ROI report. What is the ROI? Returns on investment. Returns on investment. Returns on investment, ROI report. So after completing feasibility analysis and after preparation of feasibility document, then we will come to know what is the development effort, what is the execution effort, how much effort we can save from each test case. Then we can calculate here, we can prepare here ROI report, returns on investment report. What is that report is all about? By automating these 1,000 regression test cases. For example, I will give one sample example. For example, we have regression test cases, regression test cases of 1,000. Okay, 1,000 regression test cases we have. Suppose if you don't automate these 1,000 regression test cases, and if you execute 1,000 regression test cases manually, how much time it will take? That means manual execution time, manual execution effort, manual execution effort for this regression test cases, 1,000 regression test cases. Suppose for example per day we can execute only 25 test cases, because suppose if it is some insurance application or something banking related applications, test cases are very big. Test cases are very big test cases, or it is all test cases are something end-to-end flow kind of test cases. So in such scenario, test case may have many steps. Then we can execute only 25 test cases per day. That is a manual execution, test case execution productivity. If it is 25 test cases per day, what is the total days, number of days it will take? 25 test cases per day, per person day. So what is the total effort? It will take
40 manual.
40% days, right? 40% days. Are you clear? Now, if you automate these 1,000 regression test cases, so to automate these 1,000 regression test cases, what we have to do? We have to set up some automation team, and those automation testers will start automating all the test cases by using some automation tool. So they will take some time to develop test cases, automation scripts for all 1,000 regression test cases. So how much time they will take to automate 1,000 regression test cases? See, for example, per day, one automation tester can automate 2 test cases. Okay, in an average. Then what is the effort of 1,000 regression test case automation? It is called automation development effort. It is 2 test cases per day, per person day. That is a productivity. So with this productivity, what is the total effort? 500
500
person days. See, it is the
percentage.
automation effort. Is it right? It is automation
Yes.
development effort. Understand? Again, on top of this, automation development effort is not only the development effort. We have to consider automation tool cost also. Is it right? Automation tool cost. Automation tool cost. That is also we have to consider. See, now timing, I'm not considering this because I'm taking everything into percentage. If you calculate everything in the dollars, then we can add this tool cost also in the dollars. Okay, but that is this tool cost also should be included in the total automation investment. Now, what is the total automation investment? Investment cost is equal to automation development cost plus tool cost. Understand? This is the total automation investment cost. So timing, I'm assuming that 500 percentage. I'm calculating it only in percentage, not calculating in dollars. We have to convert that into dollars. Understand? If that means if you convert into dollars, how much cost it will come per hour? How much we are charging to the clients? Sometimes it may be $25 to $30, for example. If it is automation testers, it can be some 25 to 30 offshore billing rate per hour. $30, $25 to $30 they will charge to the client. That means how many days it is per day? What is the dollar cost? 8 into 30. 8 into 30 into 500. So like that we have to convert that into dollars. Are you clear? Now I am taking it only into percentage, not in dollars. Fine. Now what is the automation execution effort? Automation execution effort. That means to run 1,000 regression test cases by using automation scripts, how much time it will take? How much effort it will take to finish 1,000 regression test cases execution? See, by using automation, suppose it takes 3 minutes per test case. To execute one test case by automation script, it is taking some 3 minutes of time. Or in an average, we can run per day some 300 test cases we can run per day. See, actually, automation execution can be continued day and night. Is it right? Even night also we can still continue the execution, because before leaving our office we can start our batch execution of automation scripts. Automation scripts execution can be still continued in the night, so we can consider that count also. So per day, how many test cases in average minimum we can complete? 300 test cases we can complete, or minimum 250 test cases we can complete. It is very minimum, I'm telling. So total number of days now it takes to complete 1,000 regression test cases. So I'm considering here 250 test cases per day, per person day. Then how many days it will take? 4% days. Are you clear?
Oh, for this.
4% days. So add one more day extra, 1% day for analysis and generating the report, those things. One more day. So total 5% days of effort it will take. Understand? So this is the automation execution effort to complete 1,000 regression test cases. What is the manual cost? Manual execution effort 40% days. Are you clear? This is the 40% days of effort it will take if you run all 1,000 regression test cases manually. Understand? But if you run 1,000 regression test cases by using automation scripts, it will take 5% days maximum. So what is the savings? Execution effort saving. Execution effort saving. Effort saving in one execution. Effort saving per one cycle of execution. Are you clear? How many days? 40 minus 5 equal to 35% days. That means in one cycle of execution, we can save 35% days of effort by using automation scripts. Now, how ROI will be calculated? See how ROI will be calculated. See, before that, suppose we should have some plan, right? In our plan, we should know that in our test plan, it will be defined very clearly. This project will be completed in 2 years or in 3 years or in 1 year, like that. And in this, during this 2 years or 3 years of period of time, every 2 weeks once or every weekly once or every monthly once, we may have to execute regression testing. Understand? So how many times this regression test cases will be executed? How many times this regression testing should be executed in the testing life cycle, in the testing project? So that should be already defined in the test plan very clearly. Understand? So based on that, how many times we have to run? We have to calculate total savings. See, per one cycle of execution, we are saving 35 days. So how many times you will be running this regression suite in the entire project? For example, not in the entire project. Let me take in first 1 year. In first 1 year of time, that means in 12 months of period of time. How many times you will be running this regression suite? For example, in an average per month 2 times, the regression test cases should be executed by automation team. That means how many times in average we are running in year? 48 times. 12 into 2, right? 24 times. Correct? Is it right? Let's assume that it is 25 times will be running in 1 year. That means in first year, number of executions, number of cycles of execution, number of execution cycles. How many we are assuming? 25 I'm giving. Are you clear? In first year, number of execution cycles 25. So what is the savings at the end of the first year? First year effort saving, total effort saving. How to calculate this? 35 into 25. 35% is the total effort per cycle we can save. So 25 times we are running it here in 1 year, in first year. So total effort saving is 35 into 25. How much it is? Let me calculate it. 35 into 25. 875 days. Are you clear? 875% days of effort can be saved in at the end of the first year. Now, what is the net saving? What is the net saving? Net saving, net effort saving is equal to automation, total savings minus investment. What is automation investment? Okay, automation investment. What is the automation investment? 500% days, and just assume that tool cost also we can take it as in percentage. I can take another 100% days. Total 600 percentage is the total cost of that automation in the first year. Understand? Are you clear? These 500 percentage is total automation development cost, and 100 percentage is total license cost. I mentioned in percentage. So now total cost is 600 percentage is the total automation investment. So now what is net saving in the first year? First year net saving equal to 875 minus 600. Is it right? Minus 600 equal to 275 percentage is the net saving. Are you clear? Now how ROI will be calculated? See, first year, at the end of the first year, ROI equal to net savings divided by automation investment percentage. So what is the percentage? Let me calculate here. 275 divided by investment is 600. Is it right? 600 and percentage. How much? 45 percentage. It is positive. ROI is positive. Are you clear? 45 percentage of ROI we got back. 45% here. It is negative or it is positive. That means we start getting revenue from this automation. See, now just simply for sample I have shown that at the end of the first year. Generally this ROI can be calculated quarterly once. At the end of the first quarter, what is ROI? At the end of the second quarter, third quarter. So now if you calculate the same ROI for second year, at the end of the second year, see that it will be double or it can be triple. See how it will be calculated for second year also. Let me show that. Second year. See total number of executions at the end of the second year. How many executions will be there? Number of execution cycles at the end of the second year. Total number of execution cycles are here 48. Okay, 50. Correct, right. 50. 25 we assume, right? 50. Is it right? Now again same thing. We have to calculate whatever we calculated here. Let me copy that. Yeah, from here. Okay. Now see, from the second year, for second year, total effort savings is 50 into 25. Correct? 50 into 25. How much it is? 1250. 1250 percentage. 1250. Second year net effort saving 1275 minus what is the total investment now at the end of the second year? Total investment 500. Where is that? 500 is the development cost. 100 is the first year license cost. For second year also there is a license cost, right? So that should be added. So total cost will be 600 plus 100. So that is the total investment at the end of the second year. So 700 is the total investment here, not 600. Are you clear? I am adding here second year license cost. Then it becomes 700. So what is the total saving here? It is 1250, right? 1250 minus. Sorry guys, I'm updating wrongly. Here I have to update. 1250 minus 700. It is 700. So what is the 550 is the total saving. Correct? 550 is the total percentage saving. Now what is ROI now at the end of second year? Just calculate that. 550 by 700 percentage. It is 78 percentage. So I can assume that this is 79 percentage of ROI and we are getting at the end of the second year. So like this, we can calculate ROI quarterly basis or half yearly basis or yearly basis. That depends upon the project duration. Okay. See, this ROI should be positive. If it is positive, what does that means? We are getting some revenue on this automation from this automation project. If this ROI is not positive, then what does that means? We are not getting any revenue from this automation project. That means it is running in loss. That means we cannot get back what we invested. That is the meaning of negative ROI. Negative ROI means we are not able to recover the amount or that effort what we spent on this automation project. If it gives positive ROI, what does that means? We recovered our investment. On top of that, we are getting revenue also. That means revenue means profit. That means we are getting back more than what we invested. That will show positive ROI. Positive ROI will show that profit. That means more than what we invested, we get in dollars or in terms of effort. That will show positive ROI. Are you clear? Understand that ROI concept, how ROI will be calculated. So ROI report will be created like this. So ROI will be generated in a graphical format in okay, and then it will be shared to the client. These two reports will be shared to the client, POC report along with this ROI report. It is very important. So by looking this ROI report, only client can make a decision whether can we go with this automation project or not. See, finally client should take the call whether can we go ahead with automation or not. So client is the main, because he should agree that, he should approve that, only then you can start automation. Otherwise, who will pay the money to automation team? Correct. So it is very important to preparation of this ROI report and feasibility analysis report. These two reports will be shared to the client. Then based on this ROI, client will take the decision whether can we go with this automation project or not. Understand, guys? You have any doubts in this third step in the automation testing process? ROI and feasibility analysis step. In the feasibility analysis step, all these things will happen. Feasibility will be done, and also feasibility report will be created, and ROI report will be created. And both the reports will be shared to the client. Once client approves this automation project, then what is the next step? Before that, before going to next step, you have any doubts, any questions? You have any questions? Just ping me if you don't have, or if you have any question, ping me. Just please, all of you, ping me if you don't have any questions.
Yeah, Prasad. This is Shiva.
Yeah.
Then it won't be much profitable for small projects like automating using automation tools.
Yeah, that's whatever the project it is, Shiva, we have to check this ROI. It is very important.
Okay.
See, if you don't
Okay.
get a positive
By
ROI,
checking.
understand? If you cannot get positive
Yeah.
ROI, then definitely no use of automating that project.
Okay.
If you get a positive ROI, only then we can recommend to the client, yes, we can automate this. If you automate this much effort we can save. Understand? Only then client will be happy. Is it right? If there is no savings or if there is no
Yes.
benefit by automating, why a client has to invest? Why a client has to do again pay the bill for automation team extra additionally? Is it right? So generally, right, in general terms, when when automation will be used, if the testing project is something long term project, it's not like short term project. That means if the project is
Yes.
going to be closed in 6 months of time, then there is no automation required for that project. Is it right? If it is a long term project and then if you use automation, then it will be more beneficial. Are you
Yeah.
clear?
Yes. Yes. Right.
Yeah. So, but still, we cannot say that all long-term projects are good for automation. We cannot say that directly. So, because of that, we are doing this feasibility analysis. By doing this feasibility analysis, we can come to the conclusion whether automation is good or not. Can we recommend automation or not? After completing feasibility analysis, detailed feasibility analysis or POC, proof of concept. Are you clear? After that only we can prepare this ROI. Once if you see good ROI, positive ROI, then we can recommend it. If you don't see positive ROI, then we cannot recommend that at all for automation. Are you clear? Okay, you got it. So shall we go to next step, or do you have any
Yes.
queries?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, okay. See, once this ROI report is created, okay, and once this feasibility analysis completed, and once client has approved for automation, that means here client decision will be taken here. Based on this client decision is important. Okay, how client will take the decision? Based on this feasibility analysis and ROI, client decision will be taken whether yes or no for automation. Once you get client approval, okay, once you get approval, approved, client is approved, only then we can start automation. The next step, we can proceed with the next step. Suppose if the client rejected, I don't want automation, then there is no more automation activity will be done in this project. Suppose if the client accepted and agreed to that, to continue with automation, to go ahead with automation in this project, then what is the next step? What will be doing? Next step, automation framework design and development, or customizing an existing framework. So this is another important phase in automation testing process. In every automation project, definitely we use some automation framework. Without using automation framework, we don't uh, do automation in any testing project. In every automation project, definitely we will be using some automation framework. Okay, we will discuss in detail about automation frameworks also. I will explain and I will show you the real time automation frameworks, different types of frameworks. Demos I will show you. Okay, at the end of our UFT sessions. At that time, I can explain in detail about these automation frameworks. I don't want to go in detail more technical at this point of time. Okay, so just I will give brief introduction about automation framework now at present, and we'll see about this automation frameworks. We'll discuss in detail later at the end of our UFT sessions. Okay, see what is the automation framework means here. Automation framework means nothing but it is a systematic approach. Automation framework means nothing but a systematic approach that consists of a set of rules, guidelines, and programs. Understand? You are defining some systematic approach with some set of rules, guidelines, and programs, and it establishes a platform where we can develop and maintain automation scripts very easily. Are you clear my definition? What I said? Automation framework definition, I could say like this. Automation framework is, just I will write here. Automation framework is a systematic approach with set of rules, guidelines, and programs. That means that automation framework consists of rules, guidelines, and some programs. That is automation framework. Okay, it is nothing but it defines a systematic approach and establishes programs which establish a platform where automation development and maintenance would be easy and simple. Are you clear? So the ultimate goal or objective of any automation framework is to make automation development and maintenance easier, simple. That should be the ultimate goal of any automation framework. Are you clear? To make automation development and maintenance simple. That is a call. See, if you go with systematic approach, if you follow some systematic good approach, then your automation will be easier. And if you don't follow systematic approach, then definitely automation will become more complex. That is what automation framework is in general definition. So there are different types of automation frameworks are available, and that and all we'll discuss in detail in the later sessions. Though I don't want to get into that in detail now. So, but it is very important at this point of time, the automation lead and some senior test automation engineers, senior automation engineers will involve in this activity of framework design. Suppose if there is no automation framework available, suppose in the real-time projects, suppose if your company is MNC company, definitely they might be having some in-house developed automation framework, their own automation framework. Okay, suppose in my company we have some in-house developed automation framework. They're like that. If that depends upon the company. If that company is big one, so they might have separate practice out for automation testing. So those guys, right, will be developing some framework, automation framework. So that framework can be used across all automation projects in that organization. Understand? Suppose if the company is small company, so they may not be having a separate automation practice, a separate department may not be available. So in that case, right, they may not be having some common any automation framework for the in that organization. So in such scenario, if a client asks you, or if you get any automation project, so you should have to start developing some automation framework, because there is no automation framework available in that organization. So we need to develop our own some automation framework. That is important. Designing and development of automation framework, if that any automation framework is not already available. If any framework is already available, then we can use that framework for our project, and just we can do some small customizations according to our project needs. Are you clear? But it is very important which framework we are going to use to automate this project. That framework should be selected, and that framework should be customized if it is already available, or should be developed if it is not already available. Newly we have to develop it. Understand? Who will be involving in this activity? Good experience with a lot of automation experience and automation lead. Okay, those guys will be involving in automation framework design and development activity. Are you clear? Okay, here there are different types of frameworks. Just let me give that types of frameworks, and we'll discuss in detail later. Types of frameworks, types of automation frameworks. First one is modularity framework, modularity, and next one is data driven framework and keyword driven framework and hybrid framework. Okay, so there are so many other frameworks are there which will be using a combination of these frameworks. They may call it as a different names. They will develop one framework with a combination of data driven, keyword driven, modularity, like that, and they will give some name to that. But these are the basic types of automation frameworks that we can use in any automation project. If you take any automation framework, definitely they will be using these approaches in that framework. They will be following this approach, but they can name that framework as different, whatever the name they want. But basically, every framework definitely should follow any one of these, or any of these, any combination of these automation approaches or frameworks. Okay, so we'll discuss later in detail about these frameworks later point of time. I can show you also demo for all these frameworks, data driven, keyword driven, hybrid frameworks demos. I will show you. Okay, I can show you that structure of automation framework, real time automation framework, how it works, how it would be. But it is very important in any automation project to understand the framework what we are using in that project. See which automation framework we are using to automate that project. So we should have good understanding of that automation framework, because you will be developing the script, automation script, by using that framework. So you should know that how to develop the script by using that framework. You should know that how to run the scripts using this framework, and you should know that how to modify the script by using that framework. So it is very important to have good understanding of automation framework. Without understanding the automation framework, you cannot work in automation, real-time automation project. Even if you know QTP, you are very strong in UFT, but you don't have any knowledge in automation framework, then definitely you may not be able to write work in automation project successfully. So it is very important to understand automation framework, and also it is very important to have good knowledge in UFT tool or QTP tool. Both are important. Okay. See, once automation framework is decided and framework is available, is developed or customized, and it is ready for using, that framework is ready for use, then the next step is in automation project, deploy the automation team and provide training deploy the automation team and provide training. Guys, I missed one more step, I guess, before this automation. I'm very sorry. Common step, what is that? Plan, test planning, automation test plan. See, this step is not mandatory in every project, in every automation project. As I told you at the beginning, in some projects automation test plan can be defined inside the manual test plan. It can be a part of manual test plan, or in some projects automation test plan can be separate from manual testing. Suppose if in your project, if the client asks you to separately develop or test plan for automation testing, then you have to prepare this document, test plan document. Automation test plan should be separately created. See, same sections what we have in manual test plan. Only thing is we define every section with respect to automation testing, not with respect to manual testing. So the same kind of document like manual test plan, automation test plan, and strategy. If client asks to prepare a strategy also, strategy can be a part of test plan in some projects. In some projects, this strategy can be separately defined. The strategy can be defined in separate document. That depends upon the client, how he asks you. Suppose if you want the strategy separately, you have to prepare a separate document, automation strategy, or it can be a part of automation test plan. Are you clear? I will show you some sample documents also. This one, automation test plan and automation strategy, how it is. So okay, let us continue now. See, automation plan, but see, first of all, it is very important. Suppose if you have automation test plan defined inside manual test plan, we have to update the schedule, automation schedule. Okay, once you get the approval from the client, then that manual test plan should be updated with automation schedules and with automation risks and all the stuff. Manual test plan should be updated with automation data, with automation project related data. Then we have to proceed to automation framework design development, and then deploy the automation team and provide a automation training to the team. See, some team members in the automation team may be new to this automation framework what we are using in this project, so that framework training should be provided. Okay, so trainings, different types of trainings may be required to the automation teams. Application training, okay, application training, framework training, and tool training. Somebody may be new to that automation tool. They might have some experience in some other tool, but they are new to this automation tool training. Okay, these kind of trainings, identify the trainings, what trainings the automation team is required, and provide those trainings. That is a plan. Okay guys, you have any doubts till now here? And I would like to take some 5 minutes break, then we'll join it back and we'll continue. You have any questions before that till now? See, let me go through once again what we discussed till now. Just I started with the UFT introduction, and then we started discussing automation testing process and what are all the steps involved in the automation testing process in the testing projects. And first step is identifying automation candidates, and second step, tool evaluation, and how that tool will be selected, how automation tool will be selected, who will do that, and what parameters they will be using in tool selection process, that we discussed. And feasibility analysis, or it is called POC, proof of concept, how that proof of concept will be done, what steps are involved in that. And ROI, we discussed about returns on investment, what is that and how it will be calculated. And then client decision, once client decision is taken and approved, then automation test plan creation and test strategy creation. It is not mandatory, depends upon the project. Okay, and automation framework design development, or customizing an existing framework. And we discussed what is automation framework and types of automation frameworks. And then deploy the automation team and identify and provide required trainings to the team, like application training, framework training, and automation tool training. These kind of trainings will be provided to the automation team, and they will get a KT. KT means application knowledge. It is called KT. Okay, application knowledge. Okay guys, you have any questions here? Okay, so fine. So let me take 5 minutes break. Let us take 5 minutes break, and I will join back by 6:55, 4:55. Okay, okay guys, just
Yeah.
join back at 4:55. Bye.
Yeah, sure.